Alright, what's going on my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we have finally some information in regards to version 14.0. There was this official video put out on the YouTube channel, the Bandai YouTube channel, and it goes through everything. I have just done a full watch through of it, just to kind of get a little bit of a grasp as to what it's actually talking about. I'm not going to actually play the video, we're just going to go to different screen grabs, because otherwise I'll get copyright strike, because Bandai do that kind of thing. So let's just jump into it, because there's actually like a lot to talk about. This is a massive update. So version 14.0 10th anniversary campaign info. First of which, we're getting more character slots added into the game. This is something that I have actually been looking forward to, because I'm running very thin on box space, so this is great to see. They're not adding they're adding 1,200 total, but only 800 with the update. We're getting an additional 400 spaces later on in the year. I believe you still have to use rainbow gems to unlock them, which obviously still kind of sucks, but more box space is definitely required, so I am glad to see that. Not really too much really to talk about here. They go into the co-op quest. Now, we knew heading into this update, co-op quest needed to see some improvements. From the trial co-op quest that we got in December, we needed to see the feedback that the community gave going to a good cause. Hopefully, they went ahead and actually performed some of these things that we would want them to see. And luckily for us, it looks like they have actually done that. So these are the changes that they've actually applied. So this is all from the feedback that we've given the community, from the dev team, from the trial co-op quest that we got in December. So first of which, improvements to matching system, matching with friends, matching by objective, or matching by forming a room, playtime limit testing, not too sure exactly what that refers to. It also says method of communication added, stickers. So they have introduced a sticker feature, but the most important thing is the fact that they've added a way to actually match up with someone that you want to match up with. So this is going to be really nice moving forward. I like that they're doing that, because it's going to be really cool, because it means I could go ahead and actually play co-op quests with some of you guys, which is dope. I could live stream it. We could go ahead and make some really cool videos with other content creators. I think it's a really, really neat idea. It says partial improvements to standby. Okay, and co-op info feature expanded to make your partner's status easier to see. So I guess you could kind of view your co-op partners' information on their characters, which I think is really, really cool. Remember that in the trial co-op quest, they gave us a pre-built team that we had to use for that content. For the official release of the co-op quest, we have to build our own teams, which is going to make things a little bit different moving forward. They actually give us a little bit of information and a bit of a gameplay here showing exactly what the screen is going to look like. It says clear for the first time to get a co-op tome. So co-op tome is going to be a new item in the game that is kind of important. You do see that this is the co-op captain, it looks like, which is this Luffy. And basically, certain characters are going to have access to new abilities that are specific for the co-op quest game mode. Kind of similar how when they first introduced Pirate Rumble, how they basically gave all these units these new abilities that were restricted to only being used in Pirate Rumble. They've kind of done the same thing, but for co-op quests in regards to certain units, because, units are going to have their own normal abilities, but there's a new feature of a co-op captain, which is going to have a drastic impact in terms of the way that we play the game. So what else is here? Co-op with your ally, change your crew, there's missions, friends, which I think is interesting, grand feast stones, which is another thing that we'll talk about in just a moment. So you see they go here, they go ahead and depart on an adventure, and you can select a quest. So there's the Apprentice, Battle 3, Stamina 40, so pretty steep, but there's different Captain, Warlord, Emperor, King of the Pirates, so there's different levels of difficulty here. And it looks like you get like 1 stone, 2 stones, 2 stones, 3 stones. So depending on the difficulty of the quest, you are getting like more rewards for doing it, which makes perfect sense. So again, they click this one. There are no quests to join. Try creating a new quest and invite someone. You can go ahead and create a room now, and then you can create a room with different objectives. So even if you're not trying to like match up with one of your friends, you can just set up a random room and still let people join. So you can set objectives. So for this example, they're selecting 4 rookies and like just having fun. Invited range all, private, so you can do passwords, friends alliances, friends only, alliance only. I think this is great. This is exactly what we wanted to see, to allow people to match up with the people that they wanted to, so that we're not having to match up with random people, and it's going to make clearing the content very difficult. So you do see here that, like, this is the normal team build, but you do see that the captain is kind of segregated a little bit differently, and this is what they're referring to as the co-op captain. So the co-op captain has differing abilities to what they have in normal PvE content against arenas, treasure map, etc. It's much different, and they do show a little bit of information about that. So you see the player 2 selecting the room, and they will eventually join up, and then boom, they'll be in, and then they have the 2 players ready to go to prepare on their quest. That's all good to see. And then, of course, you could just see that they're starting up, and you will see as well that there's like the chopper icon for performing stickers, and all of this is pretty much what we have come to see so far. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. The co-op captain. So this is showing how characters will have differing abilities with co-op quest. When you unlock a character's co-op captain stats, you can set that character as a co-op captain, power up your co-op captain to take on quests, and this is showing that free-to-play Luffy. So free-to-play Luffy is a Psi-Free Spirit Fighter, 30 cost. He is an attacker style unit, and they did specifically state in the text in this video that the style of the unit in how they perform in Pirate Rumble will have an effect as to what kind of co-op captain effects that character will have in co-op quest. So the fact that Luffy is designated as an attacker style unit means that his abilities are likely going to be more offensively focused. You know, obviously we have defensive style units, we have like supporter style, debuffer style, and these are all going to change drastically how you will perform. So you'll see that the co-op stats, you can level them up, level 1 to 5. Here there's a co-op captain ability, a co-op special, and a co-op action, all performing different abilities. So this free-to-play Luffy gives a pretty substantial buff to Psi characters with an HP boost, likely other additional effects. His special ability does AoE damage, and the co-op action, which looks to be kind of like a super type kind of thing that you can perform in the middle of a quest, which applies a 30% fighter resistance and a 20% something else resistance. So lots of different effects going on here, lots of different things happening, but it looks like a vast majority of characters will get access to this. They did also state as well, I want to find the exact text, you can use a dedicated item to unlock the co-op captain abilities, or you get the character to level 150. If you get the character to level 150, it looks like you will now get access to co-op captain. So it means that farming turtles and EXP materials is actually way more important than what it was before. Beforehand, just getting the EXP materials to get your character to higher levels was mainly just for damage or Pirate Rumble mechanics. But now getting into 150 is actually going to make a big deal, as you'll get access to the co-op stats, which is, you know, pretty important to how you actually perform in this content. Now, when I saw this, I was kind of surprised. So my face cam is actually kind of covering a little bit. I'll kind of move it around. But this new mechanic is being added, which is for the co-op quest called Luck. That is hilarious. There's a luck factor in a gacha game. It is what it is. During co-op quest, the higher your luck stat, the better chance, I guess, or the better clear rewards that you'll have. So there's different ways to unlock your luck. You have power up with level up. So the higher the character's level, you'll get higher luck stat. You can power up with luck drops. I don't exactly remember the name of these stones, but they're like luck stones or whatever. So the items that you can get, you feed them to your unit, their luck stat will increase, and then you can power up with duplicate characters from the same evolution tree. So it looks like hoarding dupes of units is going to be kind of valuable, because the more you feed into them, the higher the luck stat goes. If we go back to the Luffy screen before, you see that he does have a luck stat of 30. So and it is in gold text, so I don't know if that means like that's the flat value that it can be, or does it go higher than that? Not 100% sure. But yeah, there is a luck stat, which is wild. Yeah, it's called a luck drop, I guess, and you can feed different luck drops, required co-op medals. So there's co-op medals as well in order to feed stuff. There's just a lot of new content in regards to this co-op quest. It's going to need a lot of breaking down. It's going to need a lot of trial and error to make sure we actually understand what's going on. And they do give us a bit of information in regards to when this is all dropping, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. So by clearing the co-op quest, so you're doing all this for what reason? The reason why you're doing this, you're clearing co-op quests to get Grand Feast stones. So there's different colored rainbow gems, and these are the items that you will receive in order to do Sugo Fest pulls on the new Grand Feast Sugo Fest that they did tease in last month's dev letter. So it looks like, as we kind of suspected, this was called the Springtime Grand Feast Sugo Fest. So by earning these gems, by clearing co-op quest, you're going to be able to use them to summon 4 characters, which is really cool. So if we go over here, it's called a stock list. It's kind of weird. Characters pulled at the Grand Feast Sugo Fest will stock up to 5 pulls of 10+1 pulls. Select the result that you want. Stocked characters can be claimed when the Grand Feast Sugo Fest ends, so do not forget to claim them. So the way that I kind of understand is that you end up doing 5 multi-pulls worth of pulls on the banner, and you basically pick and choose which of your multi-pulls that you have done that you would like to keep on your account. So you don't get the characters straight away, but you basically are stocking up 5 multi-pulls worth, and you're selecting which of them is the best for your account. You select that, you keep it, and then when the Grand Feast Sugo Fest ends, you can then claim those Sugo Fest pulls that you have done. So that's what we can kind of gather from this. And it looks like there's like a point system in regards to this as well. So certain characters have a point value associated with them. And I guess the higher the points are on your Grand Feast Sugo Fest pulls, the better your rewards are. So there's kind of like a ranking system for like the luck that you get on this banner. It's very convoluted. You'll obtain Grand Feast points based on the rarity and the category of the character. Compete in a ranking by recruiting characters with high Grand Feast points to get great rewards. So you can get rainbow gems, the co-op medals, alternating ink pens, which is pretty big, legend tickets, as well as the luck drops, which are required to increase the amount of rewards you get from co-op quest. Now they give a little bit of a rundown as to what we should be expecting for the co-op quest moving forward. So it says that there are going to be different events that are going to be happening throughout the year, and each of these Grand Feast Sugo Fest will go for about 3 months, spring, summer, autumn, winter. So basically you do your pulls for this couple of month period. Once the Sugo Fest concludes at the end of July, you can then claim the rewards or the characters from that Grand Feast co-op quest, and then you go ahead and start again with the summer one instead. Now it does say event on certain months, so it looks like we're going to be getting like a bunch of different quests that we can then attempt from co-op quest. We don't know exactly how it's going to work. We need more information about all of that. But we do get information in terms of when it's going to begin. So co-op quest begins the same day as the anniversary Sugo Fest. So that day is going to be a very, very busy day. There's also the Grand Feast Sugo Fest, which doesn't start at the same time. The Sugo Fest will start a week later. So by competing in co-op quest over and over and over again, you're going to accumulate a large amount of these new rainbow gems. These game mode specific gems can then be used to then go ahead and pull on the Grand Feast Sugo Fest. So that makes kind of sense. You know, you want to accumulate the stuff first. When the Sugo comes out, you'll have an accumulation. You can do a bunch of pulls, save which ones you like, and you're basically doing that for the next couple months. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. Now we can move on from that. So the co-op quest stuff is interesting, but we just need it in our hands to get a bit of a more of a taste in terms of how the gameplay actually is. It's going to be fascinating to see how it goes. Now, every year, the past like 3 years, we have received a new gimmick in the game, a new potential thing in the game, new potential ability, a new way to play the game, a new character-specific ability has been introduced. Last year we had Rush Sugo Special, the year before that we had Super Tandem, the year before that we had Final Tap. This is this year's edition. We have Action Specials. New characters added for the 10th anniversary will have Action Special. Now, unfortunately, they don't give us any gameplay about Action Special. They don't want to tease any of these units quite yet. But what they say is there will be a tap timing moment during the special visual effect. Succeed the tap to unleash a powerful effect. Succeed the taps to raise the score. Higher the score, the better the effect. There are tap timings of good, great, perfect, and even excellent. So I don't know exactly when this is going to occur. It looks very much like a special where you can like tap and hold, swipe up, and then you perform these different tap actions. One thing that's kind of interesting is that in the text here, like the narrator mentions here, that when the final scores of each use of the captain character's action special total up to an excellent result, then it actually boosts their captain ability. So it looks like this effect can only be used if the character is the captain. At least that's what the narrator is kind of hinting at, that these can only be used as a captain, and when you do perform an excellent action special, then the captain ability of that unit gets a buff. Again, we just don't have a lot of information to go off of here. We don't know how good this is going to be, but this could be pretty big in terms of overall gameplay, and if you can, you know, partner this with Final Tap, Super Tan. We don't even know if this is going to be a potential ability kind of thing, where you need to, like, pull dupes of this to level it up, or is it just going to be a passive thing that these characters are going to get access to, kind of like Captain Actions, where it's just kind of a little bit different, like, you don't need to level it up, it's just a thing that characters get access to. So, action special, we just don't have a lot of information, but we will get more information somewhat soon. It looks like next week we're going to get some more information, so we'll see. Other update details, so they've added stuff in regards to friend missions. Interesting. Friend slots have been added. This is actually, I think this might be the first time ever that they've added more friend slots in Treasure Cruise. So I actually kind of dig that they're doing that. I never thought that they would be able to do it, but they have done it. And additional special for current ship. That's bizarre. So potentially they're going to go back and give, maybe all the ships are going to get ship specials eventually. If that's the case, I'm all down for that. That's pretty hype. So I like that they're giving buffs to ships. That's always a good thing to see. Now, they also mentioned the 10th anniversary super thank you campaign with lots and lots of stuff. So we got the Sugo Rare 10-week straight login bonus. Again, we need to see exactly what that's all about. The bounty achievement gifts. New ship quest for the 10th anniversary, and then the Countdown Sugofest details. So there's 100 gems total for the 10-week login bonus, which is pretty dope. We also know about the bounty achievement stuff, which has been happening over the past couple of months. You can just accumulate a lot of bounty based on your alliance's total bounty. I know that my alliance is going to be in the highest bracket for sure, so we're going to have a lot of legend tickets to do. Hopefully we can get our hands on that Jewelry Bonnie, because I don't have her yet, but that's pretty dope that they're adding somewhat recent characters. That's kind of cool. And it looks like it's going to be coming out. The results will be tallied at 5/5. Okay, so I believe these tickets aren't coming out until May, I believe it is. Oh, here we go. Reward distribution is May 9th. Yep, so gotta wait quite a while still, but we'll get a lot of tickets then. We have the brand new 10th anniversary ship, so it says from the 27th of April until the 11th of May, we're gonna have this ship, which gives us max special at the start of the quest, 1.7 times attack, easier perfects, and 3 times EXP and berries. Now, I think, yeah, it says abilities will be changed for a limited time, plus there'll be even more of a power boost on the day of the anniversary, which is interesting. But I assume that, yeah, after the 11th, this will probably change to become a -5 turn cooldown, -3 turn cooldown kind of ship. They basically want you to use this ship during the anniversary period to make clearing content much easier. It's just the best time to start playing the game, as everything is basically on easy mode for Treasure Cruise during that period, which is good. And there's not really much else that they kind of reveal. They talk about the Countdown Sugofest with Vegapunk, but obviously that was teased yesterday. We've already made videos about that. And they do state specifically that more information is going to be revealed on April 23rd. Now, I believe this is going to give us our reveal of the end of month batch that's going to be arriving at the end of April, which is interesting. We are very, very much awaiting to see what they have in store. A lot of people are predicting it's going to be Rob Lucci at this point. I would love to see Rob Lucci at the end of month batch. We'll have to wait and see exactly what they have planned, but the next end of month batch will actually have all of these new updates installed, so I wonder if that's going to have any inkling into what we can be, trying to expect for this Countdown Sugofest period here. And of course, because of this new video, we actually get 30 rainbow gems given to everyone, which is dope. So 30 rainbow gems, make sure to save them for the anniversary Sugofest, which is going to be coming, obviously, May 11th or May 12th, depending on where you are in the world. But that's the information that we have right now for the 14.0 celebration. So we've got a lot of stuff here. New character slots, of course, which is fine. Not a lot of people that hyped about that. The co-op quest stuff, I think, is super interesting. I'm excited to jump into that. Hopefully, it's a lot of fun. I really like the fact that they've added a lot of these changes from the feedback that the community has given. That's absolutely massive. Really happy that they've done that. The co-op captain stuff, I think, is going to be very annoying when it is first released, and getting the right characters tuned, making sure we actually select the right units, building teams for this content is going to be a pain, I think, initially, but once we understand the flow of gameplay, it's going to be a little bit easier to figure it out. So that's interesting, of course, and then the Grand Feast stuff is super weird, but we'll get more information on it as time progresses, of course. And then of course we have the action special, which we just don't have enough information to determine whether or not this is a good thing for the game or not. If it's on the same power level as Captain Actions and, you know, Super Tandems and Rush Sugo specials, then yeah, this is going to be a really nice thing, but we'll see exactly. Is it going to be a potential ability? Do you have to level it up? Is it just a passive thing that the character will always have on release? There's just too many variables right now, but the information that we have been given right now is pretty positive. So I am overall pretty happy about what they've shown us in this video today. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about all of this down below in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed this video though. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.